Hello, everybody. Um, I'm saying this with tears in my eyes. Um, so for those of you that don't know, or simply aren't, as entwined in the TD community as much as me, TD and all of its games are going to be permanently shut down due to a supposed Sega copyright takedown of the main game. In this video, I'm just simply going to be going over the full situation, going over things that would have happened in 1.4 and my story with TD over the last 5 years. So, as we know, 1.4 has obviously been cancelled, since with TD as of now being permanently taken down, there's simply no reason to finish the update. Along with this, even if we were to get TD back, Outlake has officially said that 1.4 will be the final update to TD. As for community projects, as of now, Tournament 6 has been officially cancelled, with no grounds to be played on, and I'm really bummed about that, but obviously, Ranked TD will continue on as a server, but like TVI, will just stay as that. Simply just a server for people to talk in and relax. There is word I heard, not from nothing official, but possibly it may turn into a ranked thing for a different game, but this is just what I was told from just what I've heard, rumors. Hopefully, I hope to see Neo finish the Amy solo theme, but he'll probably stop after that since there's no TD OST. My personal experience with TD has been quite a journey. Back in 2020 COVID, I was pretty alone and lost and clueless, and I didn't really know what to do. And then one day, scrolling down the homepage, or the Explorer page, I saw this game, Sonic.exe Sandbox, and it looked interesting, So I clicked on it, I played it, and I was met with a whole new world, man. Just little did I know it at that time, but this was going to be the next 5 years of my life. I played that for about 5 minutes, and then it got taken down by Outlake, in which then I rejoined and saw that the characters Cream and Sally were added. Now, at the time, the first time I joined, it was just Tails. I just gotta take a break real quick, man. It was Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. And then, after the update, obviously, it was Sally and Cream. And there were spikes in the game. It was pretty cool. But at the time, it was, TD was an outlet, and even though it was a really shitty game at the time, I didn't really care, The character in it, the theme, the expression, everything about it was just so different. It was so foreign to me. I know it was like something I had never seen before. And, it was just something else. And the funny thing is, TD's what introduced me into, Sonic, all I knew was he's blue and, an animal. And then TD got me into, that, I guess. I don't know. But I think it's ironic that supposedly Sega took down TD, and it's actually what introduced me. Over the years, I refined my skills in the game. I made countless friends there and learned how to love the game like no other. In mid to late 2024, my love for the game began to die due to Outlake nerfing my main into the ground, and, I quit TD. Only briefly, returning for Tournament 5 and 1.3, but then I quit again. One day, early in February, I got word from one of my friends that there was a new TD community project called TD Ranked. Ranked TD reignited my love for TD like nothing else, with the full potential of the game's teamwork being reached, leading to an experience I can only describe as nothing I had ever, and most likely will never, experience ever again. It was just something else. Looking back at it now, I regret not recording more of it, or preserving my memories over the years. My oldest video I have, while being from 2022 is still late into my time with TD. TD is what started my fire to try and be a YouTuber as well. This is devastating news to me, and TD is literally my childhood, and having it being shut down as we speak, I just can't help but feel like cry. I really do, man. TD has literally been 1/3 of my life, and seeing it taken down with no warning, no notice, nothing, poof, gone, out of nowhere, it kind of pisses me off, man. And I can only, I don't know. I really don't. This is literally my childhood being stripped away from me. I'm just happy I recorded so many memories. Please, guys, don't arrest Sega or anything like that. You can email them or plead with them, but, I doubt it's going to make that much of a difference. I would love to say that TD has come back from a situation like this before. For those of you that don't know, back in 2020 or 2021, I don't remember, TD got taken down by a salty moderator that really hated the game. And, TD got restored after the mod was, finally begun to sense up and realize what he did was wrong. So, but the issue with that, it's just Sega is so big, and this is nothing like last time, This is a much bigger situation. Outlake, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry for everything I've said to you. Sometimes you really forget who the little guy is in these situations, and overall, I think the whole situation is fucked, man. Again, please send your condolences over and support to Outlake. He doesn't deserve this treatment. For all the new fans he's brought to Sega's game, Outlake said it best to sum it up, but Sega doesn't give a shit about the little guy. They lie and deceive people just to paint that picture. I personally am never buying a game from Sega again because they just fucking killed my childhood. This is so unimaginably devastating, I don't know what else to say. Just a word to Outlake. When you get your account back in a few days, I would recommend making TD open source. Maybe that would help some people really, go through what you did with finally learning how to make games and all that. And maybe it would help more people create TD-like games that could fill the gap in the community that's missing right now due to this. This act will permanently be a stain on the Sonic and Sonic.exe community as a whole. I am worried now that Outcome Memories, with all the money that has been poured into it, and all the monetization, all the popularity, it is also going to be taken down. This fucking blows to an unimaginable degree. Because instead of making a good, similar game to these, or hell, sponsoring TD, they take it down. I am baffled a multi-billion-dollar company felt this threatened about a Sonic.exe fan game on Roblox that averages 10k players. God bless Outlake and the TD community. May we have hope in these desperate and dark times. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, because God knows I won't. Now, just some unscripted words just off the top of my head. I know it sounded like a robot during that entire thing. I wouldn't be able to get through this entire thing if I had to say it from my heart. And, it's just, this is literally my childhood, Some people have only been in this community for a few months, and while that's a long time, 5 years I have been here. 5 years. 5 years. Just like that. Just like that. Five years. 5 years. You know, it's just horrible. And, you know, after looking at some of the things that we're going to get added to, it only adds salt to the wound. Skins, milestones, leveling characters. It's just like 1.4 would have idolized TD as a game, not just as Sonic.exe community related. 1.4 would have changed everything with the survivor versus killer genre. This would have been literally the best update TD has ever seen. This would have been the best TD has ever been. And fucking gone. Just like that. Poof. Well, you know, apparently there's word going around that it was a false Sega account taking down UGC stuff. But God knows, maybe it's just people fucking around. Usually is. Take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. Pay attention to reliable sources of news over these next few hours. And, you know, just send your love out and your support and your condolences out. Like, I know he doesn't really care that much if you listen to him. It's sad how he doesn't care about his game the way that most do. The way that I do. But, you know. He can mourn as he wants. I'll mourn how I'm on one, you know. Please don't make fun of anyone who maybe seem corny or silly, crying or whining or being very sad about the situation. This is literally large parts of people's lives. As I said, this is 5 years of my life as a 15-year-old. That is 1/3 of my life. If you don't want to count my 1 through 3 ages, that's more than 1/3 of my life. That I just fucking can't right now, man. This is fucking devastating to another degree. TD got me into Sonic.exe. TD got me into game development. TD got me into YouTube. TD is the reason I've done so many things, and to see it just fucking put down like a diseased dog is astounding to me, man. And I know I like to make lighthearted kind of videos, but I fucking can't right now, man. For the future of this channel, I'll move on. I'll find different games. I'm probably going to push out 1 or 2 more games or videos about TD, and then I'll move on. I have a lot of footage of Vampire Hunters 3. Very underrated game. Very fun. Slightly similar to TD in some way. I'll be posting more of that. I'll be posting Forsaken, probably. I'll start doing more devlogs. You know, I'll be doing a lot. This is just fucking devastating. I really can't right now, man. This is actually so devastating, and I'm sorry I sound like a broken record. I just can't. Bye, guys.